11/2 cups. Oh, 1.5. It's not very much. The recipe calls for you to combine until they're roughly the size of peas. Okay. Okay. Oof. Oh dear. While this is chilling, I will be preparing the custard that goes in the center. So yeah, stay tuned. Bonjour et bienvenue. Welcome back to Mike vs. Kitchen, a show where I, Mike, give myself some baking challenges with the hopes of a delicious outcome and maybe learning something new. So this is part 2 of the Parisian Flan. In the first episode, I did the base and it has now been chilling. And the second episode, I'll be tackling the custard filling. Let's get started. Now that my pie crust is in the fridge, I can start on my flan. The recipe calls for the flan to be done in 2 parts. Firstly, the milk, sugar and vanilla needs to be brought to a boil and then let to cool. Later you incorporate the rest of the ingredients. So let's get started. 3 cups of milk. 1 cup of sugar. Finally, the vanilla bean. This, of course, oh dear. No, back, okay. Vanilla bean is, of course, extremely expensive, and not everyone has it. Thankfully, I was gifted some vanilla bean a couple years ago. So, yeah, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have it either. Okay, so the vanilla bean you split down the center. And then you scrape the seeds out. Hopefully not throw them all over the counter. And you pop in. Yeah, I guess if you don't have vanilla bean, you can probably use vanilla extract. It's not as nice as vanilla bean from my limited experience, but at least it'll give you that wonderful vanilla scent. So now that I've incorporated my vanilla bean, I'm going to pop this on the stove and I am going to simmer for how long? Oh, bring it to a boil and then remove it for 10 minutes while it cools. Okay, so let's do this. So now that my milk has come to a boil, I can remove from the heat and allow it to steep for 10 minutes. While this is steeping, I will start prepping the rest of the filling. Okay. Next step is I need to dissolve the cornstarch in the cream. Okay, seems fairly simple. 1 cup of cream, that is this, which is 250 mils. Okay, cream. Yeah, 6 tablespoons of cornstarch. Now it calls for me to whisk them together and combine. Okay. Now that my cream and cornstarch has combined, I can add in my 6 egg yolks and 1 egg. Yes, 6 egg yolks and 1 egg. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yep, see, not so professional. So now that I have my 4 egg yolks and 1 whole egg in my cream and cornstarch mixture, I can now combine. Let's go. Okay, now that I have incorporated the eggs, I can add it slowly to the milk mixture. Now the recipe says I need to cook over a low heat, stirring constantly with a wooden spoon or spatula, taking care to scrape the bottom of the pan. until the mixture thickens and coats the back of the spoon. Cool, let's do that. Okay, now that my custard has gone from liquid to slightly more custard-like texture, that's not even a word, is it? Is that a word? Custardy texture. Now that my custard mixture has thickened, the recipe says I can remove it from the heat, strain it, and then cover with plastic wrap directly on the cream and cool in the refrigerator. Okay, not quite sure what plastic wrap directly on the cream means, but let's do this. Okay, strain it. Yeah, just a word of warning, it went from very liquid to very custard in the blink of an eye. So, like, keep that in mind, I guess. Yeah, it seemed to do nothing, and then all of a sudden, bam, custard. I'm not sure why they said strain, because I mean there's nothing really in here. Oh wait, no, there are little somethings. Okay, now I see. There are little somethings in here, so I now get why they say strain. I think it's where like the milk has not burned, but caught on, oh dear, making a mess. Where the milk has caught on the pan. So now I'm going to cover my custard with plastic wrap on the cream. I think that means I have to like take this and put it like, no, stop sticking, on the cream, like on top of the custard itself, I think. Well, I mean, okay, that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, pop on top of the custard. Okay, now I can refrigerate until cool. Yes, refrigerate until cool. Not sure how long this is going to take, but here goes. So now both my crust and my filling have been chilled. The filling, which was warm, is now down to roughly room temperature and can be combined with my crust. Let's do this. Okay, so chilling the filling took roughly an hour and a bit. So yeah, you can work that into your timeline when you are baking. Let's pop it in. Ooh, it smells delicious. Okay, now I'm just going to flatten out the top of the custard as best possible. And then I'm going to trim the sides of the pastry. The recipe says I need to make them roughly 1/2 centimeter above the top of the custard. So let's see if I can get this right. Okay, this is a lot more difficult than it looks. I also hope I'm not damaging my tin. Okay, now let's try and get this out. Oh, that's actually quite easy to get out. I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. Okay, so where it gets thick, it kind of sticks and gets a little bit difficult. But never fear, we shall persevere. Okay, cool. So now that I've trimmed the excess off the top of my crust, I can pop this beauty in the oven. Yeah, like I said, recipe calls for 200 degrees for 40 to 45 minutes or until the custard is only slightly wobbly. Okay, so I'm going to set my timer to 40 minutes. Let's do this. Au revoir. Okay, so after 40 minutes in the oven and then an additional 5 minutes on the grill, the flan should be ready now. So let's get it out the oven and have a look. The flan is now out. The top has become nice and scorched, for want of a better word. Can't really show you, but there you go. So now I'm going to let it cool before popping it in the fridge so it can stand overnight and be served tomorrow. So here we go. After chilling overnight, the flan has firmed up. As you can see, it's no longer as squishy, or not squishy, jiggly as before. Let's take it out the tin and see how it looks. So after having cut, so the flan cut absolutely beautifully. Now for the true taste. See how it tastes. Magnifique. So even though the flan tastes absolutely amazing, on further inspection I see that I did maybe mess up a little bit. Certain parts of the flan are harder than others, like it didn't mix and combine properly. So I'm not quite sure what went wrong there, and that those parts don't taste so great. But as a whole, I'm gonna call it edible. Based on that, I'm gonna say it was a draw. Kitchen 1, Mike 1. That's leading us to a total score of Mike 2, Kitchen 1. Not too bad for only episode 3. Thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if you have any ideas on what you would like to see me doing in the future. Stay safe. Bye.